Great, because I feel like crap. No, I don't. Actually, I feel amazing. I feel amazing because I got 8 hours of sleep last night.
Woo!
And when you get older, it's like, these are the things you look forward to. Good bowel movements, 8 hours of sleep. That's what I aspire to. Oh, that went that very quickly. Anyway, so, hello everybody. Welcome to WonderCon 2018. You are in the Spotlight on Jim Lee panel. So for the next hour, I will be focused on myself. It's a very interesting topic. So how many of you guys have been to one of my panels like this before? Okay. Right. How many of you have never been? Okay. Just as many people. All right. Some of the people raised their hands twice. Very, very confused. All right. How many people are from my Twitch channel? Okay. Now, how many people don't know what Twitch is? Yeah. There are a lot of other people that are still going like, I don't even know what it is. I don't even raise my hand. Anyway, so what I do here is what kind of inspired what I do on Twitch, and I'll get to that in a second because that's the only new thing I have to talk about. So in this panel, I kind of talk about myself, and I draw, and get to kind of show you some live drawing, and then I give the drawings away to people in the audience. Yeah. And so in years past, as I've talked more, I've drawn less, and so sometimes I only do like one sketch, which is horrible, in an hour. Early days I had less to say, so I would do like 4 sketches. So I'm gonna try to do something different this time. I always try to do something different for every panel, because I like to consider myself a creative person. That wasn't meant as a joke, but anyway. That side of the crowd, I don't know. This side, good-looking people over here. All right. Anyway, so, hold on one second. Okay.
That's a phone.
Yeah. Okay, so, Ren, if you're here, there's, oh, no, there's seats over here. Ren, if you want to sit up here. I have some friends. So those of you on Twitch, we have some of my mods here. Ren Elephant, Crispy Egg Roll, and then Poop Kid is not a mod, but that is his name, Poop Kid. I call him PK because otherwise it's hard to say. So thank you guys. So this is their first convention too, so I thought I'd give them a shout out and give them preferential seating. So what I was going to do is, in my Twitch stream I draw and talk very similar to what I do now, but a lot of people are over the different streams have become quite brazen. They say, enough talking, more drawing, or they start taking bets like the over-under before I actually start drawing. And right now, it looks like the over-under is running about 6 minutes, so those of you that are on the over, you're doing pretty good. So I'm going to try to draw sooner and faster, less, and talk less. So one of the things I always kind of talk about is kind of my origin story, how I got into comics. Some of you guys have heard it, right? Yeah. But some of you probably have no idea. You're here waiting for the next panel, right? So you don't know who I am at all. Because that is a real thing, right? So I was thinking, there might be some people that are actually fans in this room, like real fans, like stalker level fans. Yeah, I know, I saw it, Okay, now I'm scared. All right, so I was like, why don't so you want to raise your hands? Like, anyone consider themselves a very knowledgeable fan? Okay, they've really got it. Okay, all right, so this side, they laughed before, so over here. All right, so yeah, like 3 of you guys, if you want to stand up over here. 1, 2, 3. All right, why don't you come up here? Come on all the way up. Come on all the way up. So I'm going to have them tell you guys my origin story, because these guys know everything, right?
Glad you didn't pick me. Shit.
You can change your mind if you don't want to come up. So we're going to start from like 1964 when I was first born. They're going to walk you through how I got to this podium here today. Yeah, take a seat. Help yourself. Okay. Oh, not too close. Oh, that's good, that's good. It's a healthy distance. I don't want to bond with you just in case. So if you go off the rails or don't know, I'm going to say and then you're going to get off and the next guy's going to move your position, pass me your agonizer, and I will take care of you. And then
I would do this.
And then if you three cannot succeed, I will have to find other successors. So, so what I usually talk about is like where I was born, and then what my parents wanted me to do, and how I kind of rebelled against that. And are you familiar with that story at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, well maybe you guys can help each other. Maybe you guys work as a team, because I feel like I see sweat starting to like form. And anyway, so you guys go. I'm gonna just draw.
Okay.
And if you say something good, I'll be like, yeah, you know, I like it. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, okay. All right. Hold on.
You draw, we talk? Alright.
Just don't mind me here. Do you guys have a character that you'd like to see me, or not? You're actually not going to see me draw it, but do you have a character that you guys would like to have others watch get drawn?
Yeah,
Batman? All right. Listen. All right. Here we go. All right. Character I've never drawn before. Batman. All right.
Alright, so...
It's just like Catman.
1964.
So, when Jim was a child...
Pretend like you're like really old college buddies and like we spend a lot of time like, you know, drinking beer.
I mean, there's not much of an age difference between us.
Yeah.
That's possible.
Just remember, this whole premise, this thing, it really rests on your guys' ability to pull this off, because if it doesn't work well, I'm never doing it again. But anyway, so...
When Jim was born... So, I don't know, you guys... I mean, I know, didn't your parents wanted you to be a doctor?
That's correct.
Or is that my first, like...
No, that's good. But you should phrase it in a declarative statement.
Oh, okay,
than a
gotcha.
question.
So, Jim's parents were like, hey, Jim, be a doctor.
This is good, I like it.
And you know, they're like, we would really love for you to be a doctor because, you know, you're smart and everything, and you're so talented.
And handsome, they always say that.
I don't know, you guys want to add to it?
And of course, Jim rebelled, and he wanted to become an artist. And he told his parents if they gave him 1 year,
Good detail.
if he didn't accomplish going into a studio, that he would go back to medical school.
The cool thing about his education was that he went to study abroad, I believe, in Germany. And
What?
he did a study abroad one summer, I believe.
Oh, in Germany? Okay, all right.
You're making yourself fool too.
All right.
What was it? He didn't know English when he first immigrated to his country. He learned it by reading comics, and if I remember correctly, he did the word puzzles and stuff at the back of them.
Jim sent out many, you know, like, I guess, sample pieces to different, you know, editors and publishers and whatnot. Got quite a few rejections, like quite a few rejections. It did not
No embellishing,
faze
please. No editorializing. Just the facts. Come on.
I mean,
No, that is true. I did get quite a bit of rejection.
Him putting the desk right next to his bed where he woke
Yeah,
up.
that's right.
Woke
I
up,
remember that.
Every
I was
time he
there.
would wake up in the morning, he'd spend like 4 hours in his track running, where he would be like, under his breath, he'd be like Miller and Bird. Or what?
I heard Miller Lee. That's what I heard.
Oh, Miller and Lee or Miller and Bird?
Miller and
would be
Burn.
running.
Yeah, you guys should reenact that scene. All right. So, one of you get up. One of you guys get up. Jog in place. Okay. All right. We're gonna do a reenactment of this. I was about 18 years old, I think. And really short gym shorts on back. That was cool back in the day. So, either of you guys have short shorts? Okay, all right, that's all right. We don't need that. All right. Okay, so go ahead. Jog in place.
It was be like
It was a little slower. It was Miller, Burn. Miller, Burn. And what was the significance of this?
It was to
It was motivation.
motivation for him to pursue his career dreams.
There we go. There you go. That's that moment. Yeah.
Oh, and his convention time with Rob and Rob at San Diego Comic-Con, when they had the table and at San Diego Comic-Con, and they were trying to get into Marvel Comics.
Oh, I met that one guy by accident because the artist wasn't there. And he's like, hey, man, let me
Making stuff up now?
He's like, hey, check my drawing. The guy's like, sure. I mean, the other artist flaked on me. That's what I remember hearing.
Okay.
Weren't you on the wrestling? I think Jim was on the wrestling team or something.
On the wrestling team.
Yeah, you like.
I like how we're just jumping all around the timeline. It's like Days of Future Past. It's like, oh yeah, we need to go back in time to make sure you wrestle, because if you don't wrestle, you're not going to be
Yeah.
with Rob Liefeld in the future.
This all comes together like a Tarantino movie. That's how Jim's life was. So.
Sure.
You know, and he was sitting there in like his wrestling unitard, and just like, dude, I don't want to do this. I just want to draw comics, you know, for the rest of my life. I believe that's what he was thinking. Yeah, and he was just like, you know, one day, one day I just want to, you know, draw comics, meet Rob Liefeld, and you know, get rejection letters and all that good stuff. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm probably the least knowledgeable out of all three of us.
Yeah, that's good. No, thank you very much, guys. All right, so that's it's like improv. I think that was good. Well done. All right, so that ended with the Miller Byrne era. Okay. Should I bring up some more people, or is that
Right here.
Does anyone know more than that? You? Yes? All right, come on up. All right. Yes? All right, you guys come on up. All right, we have three. All right. I'm gonna bring my daughter up too at some point, see if she knows. I always like my wife that I would bring her up on stage and then, because she doesn't read comics, and I'm not even sure she knows like what my stuff looks like, my art, and. We have 9 kids. I'm pretty sure she knows the other stuff. But, so, I wanted to show her artwork that I would print out, and then I would have her guess which image I drew. But I would give her 3 pieces of art that I didn't draw any of them. So it was like a no-win situation, and just watch her squirm and struggle. But I was gonna put like Charlie Brown art, and then I was gonna put like Jack Kirby, and then maybe, anyway, stuff like that. So, okay, so we have now moved to my childhood is over. My parents wanted me to be a doctor for some reason. I spent some time abroad in Germany. I spent a lot of time running, chanting Miller Byrne. And if you want to hear that more in depth, there's a podcast that Kevin Smith did where I revealed that story for the first time because I thought it was kind of embarrassing. But he seemed to like it. And so people come up to me and go, Miller Byrne, yeah. Anyway. So, where do you guys want to pick up?
I think, can I go back?
Yeah, all
I
right.
think you had a flashback
A flashback, okay.
when you were younger because your name was Korean, which I don't remember what it was, but you're a big Star Trek fan.
Yes.
A big fan of James Tiberius Kirk.
That's right.
We get the name James Lee or Jim Lee.
So the important details are that I had to choose my name because I became a naturalized citizen. And so they let us choose, and so I chose. My Korean name is E, so they say your last name first, so E Young Chol. And so Young is my first name. And then, so I had to struggle with that for years because people don't know how to say that. Thank you. It was not then, but it is now. You know, we're all beautiful inside now. So back then I was like, you're weird. I didn't want to be weird, so I chose James because I love Star Trek and James Kirk was my favorite character. And then my sister, who was 8 years old at the time and didn't know better. I chose her name for her. I named her after Supergirl, so her name is Linda Lee. She didn't realize this till later. It was either Crypto or Linda Lee. So yeah, she saddled with that LL thing from the comics. So anyway, good. Like that story. Thank you.
Okay, so flash forward, and after getting a bunch of the rejected submissions to various comic companies, he was given a chance at Marvel to draw on Alpha Flight? Yeah. Yes, okay, so he started on Alpha Flight, and after doing a few fill-in issues there, was tapped to work on The Punisher. And then he worked his way through Punisher, and then he started on Uncanny X-Men for quite a few issues, creating characters like Gambit, Chris Claremont. And then he was in 1991. He was given his own X-Men comic, which is to this day the single best-selling comic of all time. I think like 8.
It was 6 or 8 million.
7.7. But who's counting?
And after a run on X-Men of 12 issues, he and a few other folks from Marvel went and started a little company called Image.
Woo!
And then after Image, he started to work with DC, and he worked on
They bought my company.
Yeah. Yes. This guy just mentioned Wildstorm. And then he worked on Batman Hush, which that's where my obsession started. If you don't follow him on Instagram, you really should, because he always posts awesome art, like every day.
And that would be at Jim Lee Art, A-R-T.
And now we come to the present day, where he is a co-publisher of DC Comics. Wrote the wonderful DC Origin, drew the DC Origin, infamously gave Wonder Woman pants. But we forgive him because of everything else he's done.